2025, a potentially tricky and dangerous Atlantic hurricane season from Chinese Astrology and Numerology Perspective. The year 2025 falls within the 12-year cycle. The Chinese call the Year of the Snake, and the 60-year cycle, which is called the Wood Snake. Chinese astrology is a bit more complex than people think, because this ancient astrology system also assigns 5 different elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth to the yearly animal signs, making for a total of 60 different year combinations. This way, 2024 was Wood Dragon Year, 2025 is a Wood Snake Year, and 2026 will be Fire Horse Year. Each element cycle lasts 2 years. Using the 12-year all-element snake cycle, we look at the years 2013, 2001, 1989, 1977, 1965, 1953, 1941, 1929, 1917, 1905, and so on, to get an idea of what 2025 could be like. Interestingly, the seasons in this cycle featured a more east-based season for significant hurricane tracks, and boasted some really high-impact seasons, such as 1785, 1893, 1929, 1965, and 1989, with significant Cape Verde activity and long-track hurricanes, including truly historic events such as the Sea Islands Hurricane of 1893, the 1929 Bahamas, Florida Hurricane, 1965's Betsy, and 1989's Hugo. Snake years, like their namesake, can be sneaky and tricky hurricane years. The map below shows the historic tracks of the significant impact hurricanes of the snake year, dating back to 1713. Look at how busy the eastern US, Bahamas, and northeast Caribbean were. The 60-year wood snake cycle is represented by the green tracks here, and reinforce the thought that 2025 could be a tricky and difficult to forecast season. The busy 1785 season and 1965 season are among the best analogues for 2025 with respect to storm tracks alone, as 1965's seasonal numbers of 10 named storms, 4 hurricanes, and 1 major are likely too low to compare to 2025. The current active era, coupled with climate change, could give us double of 1965's activity. 2025 looks likely to be a busy wood snake year. This graphic now shows the areas that could be at higher risk, based on what you just saw regarding snake year history. This is an important part of this prediction. 2025 could be a nasty and potentially very tricky season, like a combination of 1989, 1965, and 1953. But on crack, thanks to climate change and the current active era, probably on par with 2024's number of hurricanes and even more named storms, yet with a lower amount of major hurricanes. A highly impactful and dangerous hurricane season is in the cards again, but with one more element not seen in the past several years: the element of surprise. Snake years are notoriously tricky, and may be the most difficult to predict. This next graphic shows the potential tracks we could see in 2025, ranked from the most likely to the less likely, as well as the months most likely to see these paths. 1965 and 1989 should ring bells and recall the names Betsy and Hugo. These 2 storms are actually mirrored here as the number 1 and number 2 most likely tracks. Betsy was the ultimate trickster, pretending to curve away from the Bahamas and Florida, only to loop back south into the Bahamas, head to South Florida, and go all the way to Louisiana to hit as a Category 4. 1989's Hugo could be another big analog for 2025, putting the Northeast Caribbean and the Carolinas in the crosshairs for a monster hurricane. In numerology, 2025 is a 9-year, because its digits add to 9. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. The same is true for 1989 and 1953, which add to numbers that reduce to 9. 1947 and 18 respectively. This is why they are good analog years besides the wood snake year of 1965. This is now the 2025 prediction with the expected storm totals. 2025 could have 23 named storms, 10 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. The likeliest scenarios would be to see Betsy and/or Hugo-like storms be 2025's main events. Arriving at the seasonal number predictions for 2025 involved averaging the 1953, 1965, and 1989 seasons, and seeing how above normal they were for the 1950 to 1980s, then comparing that level of activity to today's averages. The most recent 10-year average is 18 names, 8 hurricanes, and 4 majors. Should a mix of those 3 rather active old seasons happen today, it would likely yield these prediction numbers. One more thing to also consider, numerologically, is that 2025 ends in 25. 25 may be the most powerful number related to natural events, and dates that add to this number or contain 25 as part of the date have had the lion's share of major weather disasters historically. This may apply to the 25th portion of 2025 as well. The most recent 25 year in this 100-year numerology cycle, 1925, was extreme, but 4 tornadoes instead of hurricanes. The prior 25 year, 1825, had a vicious likely Category 5 rampaging through the northern Caribbean. Will 2025 be extreme as well? Time will certainly tell. Thanks for watching.